Hey, here we are, part 2 of how to choose the right hook. And today, we did part 1 on bait casting equipment, more power fishing hooks. Today, this is my finesse hook box, so to say. This is the hooks that I use when I'm using a spinning rod. And it's simple, guys. I don't have a lot of hooks in here. I got a lot of weights in here, but I don't have a lot of hooks in here. Drop shotting and throwing like a wacky worm, those are really the only 2 times that I'm really, that I need hooks, because anything else that I've got on that spinning rod, I can use those hooks. So for my drop shot, when I'm nose hooking, I use a 1/0 hook just like that. It's a fusion hook, drop shot hook that Berkley makes. It's got a special coating on it that's really slick. I think makes a big difference. It's not shiny. I like that. Also, it's a matte finish. It doesn't reflect anything. So many times when I'm using this hook, it's really clear water. Vertical fishing. I nose hook a bait when I'm vertical fishing. So if you just take this worm right here, I just nose hook that thing just like that right there. That's when I'm vertical fishing or fishing deep in open water. And that's the hook I use. I know there's not a lot to be said there. I don't like to get bigger than that. I don't like to get smaller than that. In my opinion, that's the best hook that you can use for drop shotting, smallmouth, largemouth, out deep. Now the other hooks that I have in here, I've got like 3 different sizes, are just straight shank hooks. And this is, I believe, an owner hook. It's like an owner finesse flipping hook. My buddy Aaron Martins actually showed me this hook. So when I'm Texas rigging a drop shot, this is the hook I use. It's a super thin wire. It works really, really good for that. It's got a little keeper on it, and I just can rig that perfectly like that right there. And that's the one that I'm going to use when I'm casting a drop shot, working it around grass, working it through brush piles, anything that might be a little sticky on the bottom. And that's exactly how I rig it. So it's basically, it's a straight shank hook like you would use flipping, but it's a really, really thin wire, so you get that penetration with that 6 and 8 pound test drop shot. You can see I've got it rigged there. I mean, that you can't see the hook, but if you rub your finger down it, it's catching it right there. Now this hook here also will double for me if I'm wacky rigging. A lot of times, you're skipping wacky rigs up under docks, wacky general, Cinco style bait. That's the hook I'm gonna use, just a 1 or a 1/0 straight shank hook, super light wire. That's a key component, but a super light wire, straight shank hook like that, when I'm wacky rigging. There are a few instances that I'll use a hook like this that's got a weed guard on it. I like that too. It's just got a little fiber guard, weed guard. If I'm really wacky rigging around some heavy cover, I'm pretty sure that's maybe a VMC hook or something right there. It's got some little fiber guards on it. My buddy Ott Defoe kind of put me on that one. We fished together in a video, fishing on a river. I was complaining about his hooks that day. It wasn't him, it was me, but that's the hook right there. It's a good hook too. So, man, that's my box. Got my weights. I don't carry a lot more hooks than that. That's all I use. The main things that you guys want to take away from it is, when you're using these style hooks, super small diameter. That is so critical. You're on a spinning rod, light line. You're not going to straighten your hook. So do not get too thick a wire a hook in any of those applications. That is the biggest thing I can tell you guys, or mistakes that I've made in the past, is having too thick a hook and you don't get that penetration when you're fishing really deep or making long casts. So hope that helps you guys catch more fish, and tune in next week. Thanks.